Hi everyone, it is me, Sailor Moon, and it's me, Sailor Neptune, Sailor SeaWorld here. And today we're going to talk about, you know, today we're going to talk about, you know, was there a Sailor Keeper War? Now, at first you might think, no, there was no Sailor Moon Might Keeper War. Are you crazy? The only war, if there was a war, it may have been between folkworks like UPN and WB and USA and Cartoon at the time. The, the folkworks back in the day that got the broadcast rights to Sailor Moon. Where the Mic Keepers had their deal with Fox, ABC, ABC Ken, Toon Disney, Drawing Show Disney, Nickelodeon, and then Netflix. But if there really was a war, it may have been done. It may have been between the owners at the time. Deke Lee fighting Siobhan Glee. I don't think Deke Lee was fighting the Walt Disney business, and I don't really think Deke was around to fight the Siobhan Wealth team or Hasbro business. But anyway, the whole Sailor Moon Mic Keepers war may have been with the followership who liked what show, and a lot of folks have said the only grounds to why Toei business wanted to bring Sailor Moon into the English-speaking world is because they saw how well the Mic Keepers were doing during those 3 years and thought it was time to stretch the water of other like shows. And when you think of it, there really was no way that there could have been a Sailor Moon Mic Keepers war because we weren't on the same folkworks, and we weren't really on at the same time. I mean, when we were on UPN and WB and between 95, while we were either on at 5 or 5:30, 6 or 6:30 in the morning, and let's just say that may have not been good. I mean, later on, we were on USA and between 97, while we were on at 7 and 7:30, Monday through Thursday. And we were on Cartoon, we may have been on at 4:30 in the after day, lone moon day through Friday. But I don't really think it would have been a fair war. I mean, what do you think about this? I mean, to tell you the truth, Sailor Moon or Serena, I don't really think there was a Sailor Moon Mic Keepers war. I mean, it's true that both shows both shows came or were borrowed or fostered or got the thought from Overteam, which Toei's been doing on and off since between 75 YL. And it would be kind of hard. And even though our show came out between 92 while 1 year before the Mic Keepers would come out, I don't really think there was a war. I mean, yeah, we were on the same folkworks, UPN, WB, USA, Cartoon. I mean, yeah, we did but one thing, we were on YTV, but that was in a settled land, and the Mic Keepers kind of got kicked off YTV for years for the fighting. But anyway, I don't really think there was a Sailor Keeper war, unless you think of the unspoken war between Andy Hayward and Han Siobhan over how Siobhan Glee handled Deke Glee during their half ownership of it at the time. But that was really just between them. I don't really, and if there was a war between Deke Glee and Siobhan Glee, it wasn't an even war. Yes, Deke Glee would go on to get some shows that were Mic Keeper like, but I don't think they did as well. And I don't really think that, I don't really think that when, Deke Glee got the rights to Sailor Moon and later on ownership to Sailor Moon, it isn't like the Walt Disney business like, hey, it's time to have Sailor Moon fight the Mite Keepers. I mean, because yeah, later on the Walt Disney business would go and sell off Deke Lee in 2001 YL so they could then buy Siobhan Glee. Even though, yeah. Anyway, at the end of the day, I don't really think there was a war. I mean, if there was someone from the Mite Keepers followership and someone from the Sailor Moon followership who were warring back and forth, I mean, it wasn't like WWF and WCW or Nintendo or Sega, like that thing. And you're right about that, Sailor Neptune. You're right about that, Sailor SeaWorld. You're right about that, Michelle. At the end of the day, I don't really think there was a Sailor Moon Mite Keeper war. You know? And if there was, well, since Sailor Moon was half owned by the same business, Toei business, which half owned the Mite Keepers, was Siobhan Glee and the Walt Disney business and Siobhan Wealth team, and did with Hasbro and business, it would be kind of dumb for them to have a war between one thing they owned and something else that they half owned at the time. I mean, at the end of the day, that's kind of dumb. And I don't really even think there was a war. And to be honest, we here at Sailor Moon, we have a lot of onlook for the Mite Keepers and everything they've done in those 30 years. You know, going from Sundriest Folkworks to being sold at least 4 to being owned at least by 4 unlike businesses. You know, yeah, we never got sold. We were still owned by the Toei business, but the Mite Keepers got sold from Siobhan Glee for 8 years to the Walt Disney business for 8 years to Siobhan Wealth team for 8 years and Hasbro business for about 6 years. But at the end of the day, I don't really think that there was a war. I mean, tell us what you think about it. Was there a Sailor Moon Mite Keeper war? You know, that's it. We'll see you later.